So hello students, in this video I'm going to discuss some of the questions which were asked in the AS level exam, the Cambridge board, in the past years. In my previous two lectures videos I have explained to you the ideas, the concept required for solving these questions regarding the redox reactions and regarding the concept of oxidation numbers. So if you have not understood them, please go through the first two videos already posted on my channel before you come to this particular video. So okay, so we are doing the past paper questions based on the redox reactions of the AS level. So let's go to the first question. In which reaction is the species in bold acting as an oxidizing agent? So let's see this, how to solve this. So the species in the bold, that is calcium. Now whether it is acting as an oxidizing agent. So let's see. First you have to see this calcium is getting changed into calcium oxide. Okay. Now if you have understood about oxidation number, then calcium, because it is not combined with any other element, its oxidation number is 0. Here oxygen is -2 and calcium is therefore +2. So from 0 calcium is changing to +2, so it is oxidized, and something which is oxidized acts as a reducing agent. Therefore this is not the answer, because they are asking you to find the oxidizing agent, not the reducing agent. Now let's go to the next one. Here the bold species is SO3 2-, and then you find that it is changing into SO4 2-. So let's write SO3 2- changing to SO4 2-. Now sulfur, what is the oxidation number of sulfur? Now see, oxygen is -2, so 3 oxygens, -2 into 3 -6, but sulfur must get the value of +4, because +4 -6 is equal to the -2. Here oxygen is -2, 4 oxygens becomes -8, sulfur should be +6, because +6 -8 is equal to -2. So once again sulfur is oxidized, +4 to +6 oxidized. So because it is oxidized, it's acting as a reducing agent. So this is also not the answer. Now let's go to the third one. Fe2 plus is changing to Fe. So Fe2 plus is changing to Fe. Now you know that here the oxidation number is 2 plus. Here because it's free, it's not combined, it's 0. So +2 to 0 is a reduction, and any species which is reduced acts as an oxidizing agent. They asked you about the oxidizing agent, so this is the correct answer. Since you have already found the correct answer, there is no point in wasting time in solving the D part, because there is only one correct option. But if you want, you can check it and give and write in comments whether you understood why here this is not the answer. So I think you understood the method that we have to use, that we have to actually first find out the changes in the oxidation number, and then we have to find out that whether the substance is oxidized or reduced. If it is reduced, then only it can act as an oxidizing agent, and therefore we found out the answer to be actually the option C, Why? Because it was getting reduced and therefore it is the oxidizing agent. Hope you understood. I have explained you very slowly so that you could keep pace with my explanation. Let's go to the second one. Now in second one, in which reaction does hydrogen behave as an oxidizing agent? Now here hydrogen should act as an oxidizing agent, which is actually rare because hydrogen generally acts as a reducing agent. But here, in which reaction does hydrogen behave as an oxidizing agent? So again, let us see the changes in the oxidation number. H2 is changing to HCl. You don't have to bother about this 2. This does not change the oxidation numbers, right? So here it is 0, here it is +1. So here it is oxidized. So it is acting as a reducing agent. So this is not the answer. Now, if you look at the second one, C2H4 plus H2 changing into C2H6. Here also hydrogen is 0, but here hydrogen is +1. So once again it is oxidized, so it is acting as a reducing agent. So this is not the answer. Go to the third one, N2 plus H2 gives you NH3. Don't bother about balancing. Balancing does not change the oxidation numbers. Hydrogen here is 0. Hydrogen here again is +1. So again hydrogen is oxidized. So it acts as a reducing agent. This is not the answer. See the last one. H2 is changing into NaH. Right? So here this is obviously 0. Now Na is +1 because it is written on the left hand side. So this hydrogen is -1. So if you remember that whenever hydrogen is combined with a metal, then it acquires a negative oxidation number. So from 0 to -1, it is reduced, and being reduced, it acts as an oxidizing agent, and therefore this one is the correct answer. So I think you understood this also. So here hydrogen acted as an oxidizing agent, which is rare, as I already told you, because most of the time hydrogen acts as a reducing agent. But here you saw that it acted like an oxidizing agent because it itself got reduced. So this is what you have to actually understand, that you have to actually write down the oxidation numbers, and then you have to see what is happening, and accordingly you have to decide. So here let us do one more example, and then you will understand even in greater depth that in oxygen difluoride OF2, fluorine has an oxidation number of -1. OF2 will react with sulfur dioxide according to the following equation, and the equation is given to you. So let's work out the oxidation numbers because that's the way for solving. So I'm writing down the equation once again, and now I will be a little bit faster because you already understood the main ideas. So here oxygen is oxygen is +2, yeah, because fluorine is -1, -2. So oxygen is +2, but here oxygen is on the right side, it is -2. You have to look at the value only for one atom. You don't have to look at the total value. Only look at the one atom, which is known as the oxidation number for that element. So oxidation number of oxygen is -2, not -4, right? So here also oxygen is -2. Sulfur here is +6 for one atom. Here it is +4 for one atom, and here fluorine is obviously 0 because it's not combined with any other element. Now we can easily decide what is oxidized and what is reduced. Fluorine. So see, from -1 to 0. So there is an increase. So it is oxidized. So oxidized. So these two, but this cannot be correct. So answer will be either A or B. Now oxygen in OF2. So this, now this is +2 and it is changing to -2. So it is reduced, right? So that means this. So obviously this should be the correct answer. Now let's see the last part. Sulfur is oxidized. Sulfur is +4 changing to +6, so it is oxidized. Yes, so B is the correct option for this question. So I hope you are following this. So here you found an unusual case where you found that oxygen in the OF2 was in the +2 state, and I've told you this, that rarely this happens, and oxygen can sometimes have a value of +2, that you already understood. And then therefore you have to be careful. With a little bit of practice you will be able to solve these questions quite fast. You will not require so much time as I am taking, because I am going very slow to make you understand, right? So here again, I'll take this one, which is rather is the unique question. Which compound contains two different elements with identical oxidation states? Two elements with identical oxidation states. Now I'm showing you how to do this. Now if you take HClO, this, so let me write this here, HCl and O. Now oxygen is obviously -2 and hydrogen is +1. So chlorine should also be +1, because +2 -2, this adds up to 0. So see, hydrogen and chlorine both have the +1 oxidation state or oxidation number. So this itself is the correct answer. So obviously we have already found out the correct answer. In the exam, if you have found the correct answer, there is no need to go further. But just for your understanding, I am going to tell you that why the others are not the correct answer. So just let me take another one, like for example, let me take Na2SO4. So let's see how it works out. So Na2SO4, how you are going to do this? So see this, sodium is +1 because it's in the first group. Total becomes +2, right? Oxygen is -2, that is in the rule, so total here is -8. Now the sum of the lower line, this line, not this one, the sum of this lower row should be equal to 0, because Na2SO4 by itself, the whole compound is neutral. So sulfur gets the value of oxidation number or oxidation state as +6. So you find, but if you are asked the oxidation state of oxygen, it will not be -8, it will be -2. Sodium is +1, sulfur is +6. So you find that none of the elements have the same oxidation state. So he's asking two different elements having an identical oxidation state. So obviously this is not the answer. I already told you that this is the correct answer, so other answers are wrong. I showed you about Na2SO4. You can work out the other ones and convince yourself that in others all the different elements have different oxidation states. So this is the way we attempt the questions based on oxidation number and redox reactions which are asked in your AS level board exams. Of course, there are more such questions which I'll take up in another video. I don't want to make this video too long, and you can always come back and watch other videos which I'm going to put up very soon, and then understand everything in much more detail. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, then please give it a like and share. Thanks a lot for watching.